Hello, welcome to my channel. My name's Helen Miller and this is Head to Heart Living. How to live a life less from fear and more from love. Because when we're in our love, we are connected to all. We are in our absolute strength and power and connection to God, source, the universe. I want to talk to you about God. I've never done a video about this before. It's just something that has been really bursting through in many different ways in the last few days, and it's something that is potentially quite uncomfortable, and in the past the sort of video that would have made me turn off now. But stick with me because I hope this will unlock something for you, empower you, give you more strength, more juice, more joy de vivre, and less freak out, apathy, despair, overwhelm, and all of that stuff. Okay, so I was in a yoga class yesterday, and the lovely yoga teacher was tuning in at the beginning, and she was sort of saying, and this is about, you can really listen to, quieten the mind and connect to the body. And I felt her censor herself about talking about God or the universe or spirit. And like yoga is like the yoke, it's the unity of all of this. And if we forget, as I spent the majority of my life not forgetting, not knowing, not being raised with any form of faith, any form of understanding that beyond my physical body there was anything else. And these days I feel like a big sphere of energy with my body is like a little bit in the middle, like a marble. When you were kids, I collected marbles, and traditionally they have that bit of color through. It's like my body feels like that bit of color, and the rest of the marble, although I don't feel like it's solid like glass, is like my soul is the part of me that is eternal and has been and is part of the collective and connection and magic and where all my power lies and creativity in this body. And that's how we're able to heal the body. That is how we're able to perform miracles, because we are connecting into that which is so much bigger than us. And especially like in the UK, like American presidents, and they would talk about God, and everyone would all get, and it's this sort of like, and it's become bigger, and I feel like there's become less of an appetite, and it's become unfashionable to talk about God now. This, and also that many people kind of think, oh well, you're Christian. No, I'm not. And I don't, and I believe that God is beyond all religion, and that that's maybe that could be taken out of context. I believe, in my understanding, and many people may disagree with me about this, and that's absolutely fine. In my understanding, essentially, whatever name you give to God, it's the same energy field. It's where there's this grain of truth where all major religions overlap, and this pillar is the thing. And we have different ways to access it, and different practices and different ways up the mountain. But essentially, I was standing on a train platform waiting for an overland train, and it was raining, and I was looking at the puddle in the tarmac on the platform of the train station, and these droplets of rain were falling into the puddle, and the concentric circles that were coming out from the drops were just all like the same, and then the ripples, and then they created another pattern. And just being aware of the whole cycle of the water cycle coming down to create like this magic in front of me just blasted my heart and my awe. And like, if you just look at a pineapple, and the sacred ratio, and then the same with like every strawberry on the planet, like those pattern of the seeds and a shell. And like, I'm looking at the sea, and there's a candle, and like just the flame, and like when we get out of all the stuff that we fill our lives with, and the out of the present moment angst and struggle, which is real. Like, I do not have not had an easy life, but everything's comparative, right? Comparable. Like, you know, everything, like people, you could look at people in certain countries and go, well, they don't even have electricity, or like everything is like but so where we choose to be grateful and where we choose to be in lack is a choice. And ultimately, what I, without going on too many tangents, is this sense that God is a connection we all have, because it's life, it's breath, it's how we're here. And whether you see that as, I don't see that as a gender, I don't see that as a person, but can you imagine the consciousness that can create a world this phenomenal? This doesn't discount the Big Bang, this doesn't discount any of that, but the consciousness where our bodies represent the trees, and we're in this, we're root, you know, we have invisible roots and we can move around, and yet we're codependent in this relationship with the trees and the ocean and the cycle of water and the animals and like the human body and like what humans are capable of, and the creativity and the art, and like all of this came from some consciousness. Like that for me is God, and that is where awe is, and that is where wonder is. And the difference in my life and the journey that I had to go through from like 30 years of not getting anything, like not even getting pets, not getting animals, not getting nature. Like I was so bound with trauma. Like I could not see the proper beauty. Very rarely did a chink ever get through into my consciousness. I was so armored up after like lots of damage from childhood that I hated being alive. I hated myself. I had no connection. And to get to where I feel I am today, and I know it's just the beginning. And it's not like I feel like this 24/7, but it's been really in my heart in the last few months, especially, and this week many times. And I'm sure Jupiter going direct and all of that has got a lot to do with it, the astrologers in the house. But this is always available to us, no matter what's happening. And this sense of gratitude for our life, gratitude for this planet, and we can ease out of the but we've got to strive. Like if there is a consciousness that can create all of this, it's not to let us off the hook. We have to take full responsibility for our life. But the kind of freaking out that something's, you know, the planet can heal. Like we just need to get out of the way and love the planet. And we can heal. We need to get out of our way and love ourselves and other people. Like it's inbuilt healing mechanism is within us when we are in gratitude, when we are in love, when we are in surrender and connection and prayer. Absolute prayer is the conversation, right? But from gratitude. And I lay that down as because as I, you know, to finish the sentence, I just my wonderful ADHD mind, finish the sentence of, since I shifted from this place of disconnection to myself and everything else into more connection, and that took me through a long journey in like Buddhism and a Buddhist leader, and I, you know, and I love all those teachings, but like coming down, like spending a lot of time now focusing my prayer like to source, right to God. And then you can say what, you know, and like that has really helped me open my heart and really brought another level of healing into my soul, into my soul. That's that sentence. That's it. I wanted to share that. And if that's not your wording, not your path, not your understanding of the world, that's also absolutely cool. Like I work with people, I support people, I hold spaces for wherever you're at in that or not, you know, like we are all unique, and that's part of the beauty and magic of this existence. And so I hope this supports you in some way. I hope this resonates. Do feel free to let me know in the comments below. Like, subscribe, share. I would love this channel to grow if it's working for you, if it helps you. I've been getting some really gorgeous comments from people who are tapping into things, especially about the meditation that I held on 11/11. you can get that video here, in the link below, somewhere around. And I have 2 places left for people who want to do some deep work with me. Really feel that this is such a powerful time. The image I'm getting is that there is a certain stream of energy where we are in a river, and like the rapids are speeding up, and it's like we're in a dinghy, and and then like we're going towards the waterfall, and it's people who are there partly to be the change, like at the forefront of whatever industry or sector or place on the planet you are. It's not about sort of global status, although it could be, but it's like there are people who are picking up on a certain frequency. And as you hold on to that frequency, as you embody more of it, as you access and feel it more in your physical body, it brings up all the stuff that isn't of that frequency, all our crap, all our core wounding, because we're about to go off the edge of a waterfall and then land in this new like lagoon of beautiful lifeness for you. But if we are in such turbulence as these changes are coming through us, we can fall out of the dinghy, we can get knocked by the rocks, we can get like have a mental time in the waterfall bit. And my like role at this time, which is what I'm being guided to do, is help people stay in their dinghy, like get rid of all the bits that are coming up, like not need to carry them in the dinghy anymore, and support people to get into that new lagoon, which is, and this period feels really strong between the solstice, moving up to the solstice, the new year, and all the way up to Imbolc, the beginning of spring, and the Celtic wheel in February. So if you're feeling like, yeah, I feel I'm in the dinghy, I feel all my stuff coming up, I've got this big vision, I want to get to the lagoon, I can feel the lagoon, help me, support me, like if you want to go on that journey together, I've got a couple of spaces available. And yeah, just you can get me on a discovery call tomorrow, like no strings, it's a chat, it's I don't work with everybody, see if we're a good fit, see what that could look like for you. And I've got a Blessed Friday discount this week on ceremonial grey cacao, because that also is an amazing ally to keep us in our heart during this time. I'm getting a cab to an airport in 3 minutes. I'm going to stop this and send so much love to you. Look forward to hearing your comments. Please share the smash the like button. Tweak that thumb. Give it a kiss. And let me know in the comments below what your thoughts are about God, what words you resonate with, what your path bit has been to more connection. I really look forward to hearing that. So much love. Mwah.